So why do someone think I'm in the US and try and attempt about something who is not right? Because I joke around. One thing I always joke around with people. If you have like a role play, it's not a real thing. It's just a fantasy, and I don't hit up. They think I hit up with a girl when I'm not. And when you're role playing and have a fantasy like that, it's not the real thing. If you try and hook up with someone in real life, you do that. But if you hook up or hit up with someone on the PS4, you don't, because that is the difference. And I know someone who is my best friend, and will always be a best friend. And I have some another friends, but someone I have a best friend, so I make friends instead of making with someone. But if I go and see someone in real life, maybe in the US or another country, in case of example, if I was in Spain and I see a girl there and I talk to her and I be a friend first, and after we be there 1 week, she go to her place, or not in Spain but in Portugal, and I'm going home to my country and she go to her country. That is not like that, because if I see someone, I always talk to strangers, and I have a diagnose who do and make. No one is special like me, because I'm not a normal person. I'm different than the normal, and you need to understand and know what I say, because when I try and say and talk to my friends, sometimes I can be angry out of the blue, but I don't want you to be hurt, because I can hurt people sometimes, but I forgive them. And when I forgive them, I know they will forgive me back. And when I joke around and not make fun with people, I just talk to them, and I try and say is, if you know me even better, like 2-3 years, you know me. I know I always joke around. And if you do not trust me, I always know by myself I joke around, and I'm not like that on here. But I can. But I don't know how another person feel about it, because I try and know someone about 4 or 5 years first, and then we can talk. Because when I talk to someone, I need to go very, very slow. Because if I go very, very slow and not date them, or do not do anything who is a bad thing. Because if I be like very friendly and try and talk and all of that, because sometimes no one has the proof. You need to have a lot of evidence or proof about what you say. But if I say I joke around, I always joke around. Sometimes I joke a little too much around. And like on the GTA 5, when I played that, I said, I try and say the right thing and the true is when you have one house with two cars in or a garage with your house on GTA. If you have a car with 6 cars in the house with the garage, and you have a 10 with the garage with 10 cars. And when you have a nightclub, you can put 30 cars on that garage on the nightclub. Because if you have a lot of cars, you can drive around, and I can show you time later. And another thing is, if you try and listen to me what I'm talking about, because I can tell what is wrong and what is right. Sometimes I don't understand a lot of English. Some of the English I understand, but some another English is like what it called? What do I need to spell? Like if I know some on the right and or wrong side when when that happened, and sometimes I don't know what is right and what is wrong. I have mixed up with that, and when I always talk and I try and talk is I think about how I can talk, and someone else try and say shut your mouth or like that, or in a bad way, but you can say what you want to, but still I do not want to be very very angry, because when I be very very angry like I did on the Twitch, on my Twitch account, I was saying a lot of bad, rude, and very, very rude, like something the N-word and some of that, and I'm sorry about what I say, because when I'm angry I cannot control my anger. That is one thing. Second thing is I cannot control what I'm saying on when I'm be very very angry. And you can laugh or not laugh about that, but still if my best friend be online and invite me, or I invite that person to my, or if they are online, to invite that person to my party, I understand how you feel, and I understand you are very angry at me, because sometimes I argue or fight with my friends or best friends, but I always say I forgive you, I understand I was a mistake, and I understand it was my bad. But when I talk to someone else, um, in the party later, and I calm down a little bit, and I think, wait, I can talk to that person. And when I talk to that person alone, not going on live stream and video clip or something. And I said, I text and message that person. And when I do, I say, do you know about the house with 2 cars, 6 cars and 10 cars? And he knows that because he played the GTA 2, GTA 5 too. And when you have a nightclub, you can have up to 4 garage, like I said. And when you have that, you can have 10 cars in one garage. You have 10 cars in the second garage. You can have 10 cars in a third and 10 cars in a fourth. But if you have a CEO house, you can have up to more than 10 cars. And if that is 3 or 4, 20, 40, 60, you can have about maybe 80 cars. 80 cars on the CEO house, your headquarters. You can have up to 80. I think it's 20 cars in each garage. Then you can have up to 80. Because 20, 40, 60 and 80. So when you do that, you can have so much cars. You can have those cars you buy on the web, on that phone. Go on the web and go to the legendary cars, and then you can buy some of them if you have a lot of millions. And what else? I know that for a fact because I played GTA 5 before, a few years ago, and I know I talk the right thing and I talk the truth, or the truth. If you don't understand me and if you don't trust me, just believe me and trust me, because if you trust me and I have right, because I always talk about the right thing in the games when you have game. I always say something. Why is everyone else like some of my friends don't like me to talk when I talk too much? Because when I talk too much, I always talk. I can be quiet and I can talk a little bit, but still, if you go and watch this, and I know someone is watching this, just always know I'm here and I will help you in life. Kinda help you in life, but some on other points I can't, because of, like I said, I'm not in the USA. I'm at a safe place, and I try and help another people or another friends. I really do. Sometimes I have feelings, but I have feelings like to be happy. And I have like it's like some other points is like I always say like that still. And I'll try. Yeah, like I said, is if you have what